Hi, Mike here at Lightwave. This video here, we're going to go over how to perform a boot repair patch utility. So what that means is sometimes the software has a glitch. A lot of times it's from the software not being shut down properly, or power failure, like power goes out because of a storm, whatever. And when you go to reboot your system, power it back up, you'll get a PIC error. It's a communication error on your main unit. Software still works, it's just not communicating properly internally. So we have a couple of ways of addressing this. So I figured I'd make a video, show you the two ways to go about this. That way you don't have to send it in and have us do some software restore for you on this. So the boot repair patch, basically two options on this. The first option is to do a manual version of it. So basically you're going to download some files and create this patch repair USB drive, and that you'll put into the unit and perform a few steps. So here I'll walk you through that and I'll show you how it's done on the actual system. The other option is in our newest build as of December 2024, we have that function built into the software. So if you happen to get that error, that issue, you can go into the unit, go to the config, and there's a utility built into it, so you don't have to download anything. So I highly suggest updating your Lightwave system to the newest build from December 2024 or newer. That version is 5.2.13 at the time of this video. It could be different or higher once we have the releases throughout the year. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and just dig into this and kind of show you the process. That way you can take care of this on your own. So there's a few steps to create this USB boot repair patch. First thing is you have to download some files from our website, and we have to make the USB boot repair stick, and then you need to apply it. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I'll just walk you through the steps to get this going. So download it. You're going to go to our website. Go to lightwavetherapy.com, and once you get to lightwavetherapy.com, I'll just walk you through it. On the top menu, you'll see Contact Us. It's larger. And then go down to support and resources. And this page here is a great portal for our providers for any support resource purposes. It has a ton of information regarding software updates. Obviously, that's why we're here right now. But if you're a new provider, been with us since 2002, whatever, owner's manuals, protocols, we have videos of all of our protocols, training events, different forums, product information, and we're constantly updating this. This is going to be like the main central hub for our providers to come to and quickly access certain elements and resources so that they can take care of their own needs as needed. If they need us, great, call us. But a lot of times it's the weekend, late at night, we don't have staff here. This is a good place to start. So we're going to focus on the support and update section right here. Let's go ahead and click on that. When you get in here, this is our support portal, tech support. If you need service for your system, you're having some problems with troubleshooting or whatnot, there's ways to get a hold of us, fill out online support requests, go through and maybe find a solution on your own. But what we're going to do is we're going to dig in more into the update page. So, this particular page right here has the current updates for the software. So what I was mentioning earlier is you can update the unit on your own and possibly take care of it as far as the PIC error, the boot patch repair. And that's this top section right here. So this gives you instructions on how to download and apply an update to your system, which is different than the boot patch utility. This was released in December. I have a separate video on this, so you should be able to find it on our YouTube channel or somewhere on our resource page. So you just want to go straight to the update, which I would recommend. But if for some reason you're not able to get the update to work or whatever reason, we'll take it from there. So from here, to get to the boot repair utility, there's this link right here for additional software updates and utilities. So if you go to this page here, and then it looks very similar. We just have some additional stuff, and you'll see we have this boot repair utility. So first thing you're gonna do is going to click on this link. And it's going to take you specifically into this page because it's a little complicated, so we created some pretty robust instructions to help you with this. So the boot repair utility, there's multiple steps that need to be performed to download the files, copy the correct files onto a USB stick. And I'll kind of just walk you through it. So what we're going to do initially is we're just going to download the PIC restore utility. So if you click on this, it's going to ask you to download a file and where do you want to save it. I always recommend going with the save as, because that gives you the ability to pick where you want to save it. So if it's a logical place, you can go back to, find it, pull it up, because we're going to have to find this file here in just a minute and copy some files from it. So click the Save As. I use my downloads. That's my spot where I always download stuff. If you want to do it on your desktop or documents in some folder, wherever, it doesn't really matter. But once you have your location, pay attention to the name down here. It's called PIC Restore v1.zip. It's a zip file, which is a container file. There's files within it that we're going to utilize. So go ahead and hit save. Once that's done, it's very small. And I highly recommend opening up that location right now. I use Edge if you're using Chrome or Safari or some of these other browsers out there, Mac or PC. It gives you an option sometimes to open up the folder that it's currently in. If you don't have that option, you can open up your own file explorer, go to your downloads or desktop or wherever you saved it, get to that. Now we can see that file is right here. So what I do right now is I would double click on this to dig into it, to open up the zip file. And in there, you're going to see two files. Okay, these two files are what we need. And we need to copy these to the root of a USB drive. So any USB drive, I have one of our USB drives that we provide here for different purposes. If you have one laying around, that's fine. These two files you see there are going to go on the root of this USB drive. So go ahead and put this in your USB port right now, if you haven't already. And your computer's probably going to prompt you about plugging it in. It may say you need to scan it. Don't worry about that. Usually within a few seconds it pops up a window like mine just did here, and it's showing me my USB drive on the D drive letter D. It might be E, F, G, some other letter. It doesn't really matter. You just want to find that. So now we have two things going on here. We've got our downloaded file and we got our USB drive. And what we want to do is just copy these two files over to here. So the easiest way to do that is, if you have these two highlighted, you can just drag and drop them. Boom, they're there. Or if you're over here, you can highlight both by selecting both, right click, copy, and come over here, right click, and paste. Both are the same. It's going to do the same function, but now we have these two files on here. So at this point, you've now made the patch repair USB drive. So this is ready to be put into the system and applied. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we got our Lightwave main unit right here. This is the React 1200, but it's the same for the React Pro, the Elite system, and any of our other versions out there. You're going to have, excuse me, a USB port on the side here. So that USB drive that we just made, we're going to take that and we're going to put it in the USB port. We're going to go ahead and log into the system. And then we're going to go to the config screen. So once you're logged in, that little gear wrench icon here at the bottom, you want to touch that. That takes you into config screen. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but you've got quite a few options in here for different things you can do. On the right-hand side, there's one the third one down says advanced. Go ahead and touch that. On the new version, it's built in. It says restore PIC. On the old version, you won't have that option if you haven't updated yet, which again, I highly recommend. We're going to hit the one called screen calibration. When you hit that, it's going to open up and it's going to update the files, automatically reads what's on the USB, those two files that we just put on there. It's going to apply those and automatically reboot. And at this point, while it's rebooting, you can go ahead and remove this. I recommend keeping this. You have the files on here, maybe write on it with a Sharpie, boot repair, Lightwave system, and keep that in a drawer just in case you ever get it, because we see it, one unit will do it multiple times and and within 3 months and never do it again. Some people never see it, so it's just one of those software glitches things that you can't always put your finger on. So the unit's going to go ahead and reboot, do its calibration, come back up, and that PIC error that you had earlier previously should be gone at this point. So go ahead and log in. And one way to tell if it's working properly is that your socket up here is going to display the panel or LED array part that you have plugged in. So if it says empty, unplug this. If it shows empty and nothing's displaying on there like that, and you're actually plugged in, that means that, there's some communication error going in, because the panels and pieces talk to the main unit. There's a lot of communication going on, but it should be displayed like that. When I plug it back in, you can see it's socket 1 and a display. So that's really all you need to do. It's nothing too complicated. Kind of recap that real quick. So what we're going to do, we're going to download the file. We're going to extract out those two files to make our own USB boot repair patch drive, copy them onto the root of that. We're going to apply it by logging into the unit, going to config, hitting advanced, and then hitting screen calibration. And that should take care of it. Again, I recommend utilizing the newest update. I'll put a link in the video somewhere. If not, go to our website or YouTube channel and you'll see it up there. And that should get you back up and running. And if you need any service support, please give us a call, visit our website, send us an email, hit us up. Thank you. Talk to you soon.